Where did Kisara run off to?
You don't think she took off after Kelzelik, do you?
No. Miguel entrusted her with his dream. She wouldn't do something reckless like that. Right now, I think she just needs time to think. What she does from here on out is up to her. She has to be the one to decide.
You all arrived here from Cislodia, yes? In that case, you should depart via the south gate, rather than the one you arrived through.
After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Danins and Renins have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going, I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got nothing to worry about, Kisara. I'll do your brother proud.
Looks like it's time to go. Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Legil?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Huh?
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Danin lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother...
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, Kisara.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Eldaman and Sia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened.
But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renin lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream.
All I ask is that you do your part, that you fight alongside me, not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar, the Valley of the Four Winds.
I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before, but looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I joined the Elderman and Sea Guard. So in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now.
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
Elzelik even after in the end.
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holing himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renin than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense, enough to drive him to revolt, even though doing so meant defying Renin hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Danans and Renins wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shion!
No, she is absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
I think Hoodle senses something.
Mahag Sar. That makes 4.
No choice! Dragon Swarm! I'm on
Let's give it a whirl!
Come and get it! Here I come!
Here! If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay?
Dragon
I'm
Swarm!
only getting started. I'll be
Sword Rain Alpha! Dragon Swarm!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Looks like it could be worth something.
No choice! Dragon Swarm! Burn!
Dragon Shell!
Dragon
Lunar
Swarm!
Eruption!
Here I come! You're finished! Sword Rain Alpha!
The tide of battle has turned.
That's the power of comrades in arms.
Right.
You picked the wrong fight!
What? Too sentimental?
Dragon Swarm!
Like we're gonna lose to small fry.
Hoo hoo. Hoo! Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo! Maybe something's going on in the forest. I won't forgive you!
Dragon Swarm!
Art expert, come on! Corruption!
Talon Hurricane! Dragon Swarm! Take this!
Help this!
It's over!
Crumble!
Be still! You're finished!
We'll do it!
This one keeps charging!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done! I never miss! Nothing gets by me!
Come on, it's
roll
over!
now.
Burn!
Far enough! No complaints from me.
There's something in the water. I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes.
Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble.
I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod.
You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, Let me show you how it's done. Where should I cast my line? I've got something. Dagnabbit! It got away. Hup. Looks like I lost it. All right. Good fishers always keep their cool. I've got something. You've got to know when to quit. All right. I'll catch something bigger next time.
Maybe you could keep it as a pet.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins.
Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us. Okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
I always love the sound of... hammers banging away.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally.
Hey, that actually...
Mind if I join you, Law?
Oh, hey, Alphen. What's up?
Nothing. I was just surprised to see you weren't training for once. Got a stomach ache or something?
You know I don't literally train around the clock, right? I do take breaks.
Do you? It seems like you're training every chance you get.
Well, yeah, it can't be helped if I want to get stronger. Still, it's important to let your muscles rest every now and then. That's what my dad told me anyway.
Zephyr said that?
When I was a little kid, yeah. I would get so excited whenever he came home. I always followed him wherever he went and tried to learn as much from him as I could. He said, it's good to be passionate, but don't overdo it. Just like there are times when you want to take a break from studying, sometimes your body wants to take a break from training, too. I was always rushing around and forgetting to rest, so he ended up telling me that a lot.
That definitely sounds like him.
It's nothing to get sad over. Still, I can't help but wonder if that was my dad's way of teaching me the dangers of rushing into things too quickly. Then again, maybe I'm just overthinking things. I wish I'd had more time to talk to him about this kind of stuff. Night! You guys ready to hit the road? I know I am.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renin doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danins in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danins in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Can't get out of this!
Here's the one! Light astral energy! Raise up!
Airborne
fear!
My
Dance to the wind!
Here I come!
In here!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Now, in the groove!
Raging star!
Here I come! It's over!
Razor here!
Struck! Dragon form!
Glacial
Tornado!
spear! Raging
Golden
cascade!
form! Talon hurricane!
Watch this!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
See that?
That training's paying off!
Here goes! Confiscated!
Do it!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
The astral energy is surging around me.
How do you even know about all that astrally stuff?
Same way I know what you do in the middle of the night.
What? All right.
There's nowhere to run from my heart!
When he slows down, that's our chance!
It's like trying to keep up with a wall.
In a bind? It's time! Sword Alpha!
Glacial spear. Pierce evil.
Struck!
Freeze laser.
Can't get out of this!
Shining lunar corruption.
I'm on it!
Alright.
Hurricane! I'm just getting
Here I
started!
come! It's over! Dragon swarm!
Blah blah blah. Magic.
Sword prepare to be sealed!
Sealed.
No further!
Dragon swarm!
Here I go.
Talon hurricane!
Dazzle! You're mine!
You're mine. Freeze laser.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Dan in history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
We can really make weapons with this?
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I'm surrounded!
No further! Dragon Swarm!
It's a duel of the arts!
Swordling Alpha!
Annihilation!
He's got flyers!
I'm stuck! Let him mark me again!
Roar it up!
All yours!
I'll smash you!
Dragon Swarm!
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that!
Swordling Alpha!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And the pummeling to me!
Where are you going?
Swordling Alpha! Dragon
Here,
Swarm!
let me help. First aid!
We did it!
These little ones are hard.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cycla!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil! Rage!
Dragon Swarm!
Freeze Lancer! See what you can handle?
Now we're not-
In the wind!
No further!
Air Slash! Corruption! Photon Surge to the fray!
Ignite!
Lightning!
Now I'm in the
Dragon
queue!
Swarm!
Sleep now! Here!
Swordling
Now!
Alpha! Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Ready to go!
Now
Rip and tear! Do it! Watch it!
I owe you one!
Dragon
Swarm!
Rip and
You're mine!
Ready! Dragon
We can really make weapons with this? Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Inferno!
Where are you going?
Do it! You're the back! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
See that?
That training's paying off!
In a bind?
I'm all soaked up.
Do it!
Annihilation!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Bomb!
Raging Cascade!
Burn!
Glacial Field!
Dragon Form!
Air
Soaring
Blade
Alpha!
Laser! Light Astral Energy! Now! Astral Energy!
Say no more! Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
Brace yourselves! This one's tough!
Here I go! Yes,
Sunlight Alpha!
This is mine! Raging Cascade! I'm ready! Lunar Eruption! Do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! There! Do it! In the wind!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
See that?
That training's paying off!
Leave the enemy's arcs to me!
Nifty blades here!
Do it! Photon Flash!
Do it! Finish!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I'm even stronger than before. Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this. Anything in armor is
Dragon Form!
Stop! I'm like bait in hell.
Burn in hell!
In a bind?
Do it! Sealed! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that
Dragon
sense. That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Did you just hear me? Yes.
In an instant! Impact Bomb!
Well, looky here!
No backing down!
Don't mind if I do.
Here! Far enough! Eagle Assault! These sticks have got your name on them!
Try harder! Dragon Form!
Prepare to be
It's
sealed.
in the sky, it's mine!
Actually, down is more appropriate.
Less talking, more
Dragon
doing!
Form! You picked the wrong fight! You're mine!
Eagle Flash! Do it! Watch it here! Astral Energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Dragon Form! I'm not feeling so great.
Shattering
Dragon Form!
Attack! Now! Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Will this help?
My turn!
I'll tear you apart!
You're
Astral
finished!
Energy!
Dragon Form!
More
Time!
What?
No further! Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Flaming Thrust! First strike!
Lunar
You're mine!
Lunar Blast!
You're removed!
Astral Energy!
Say no more! I can feel my power growing! Hey, new equipment!
More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then?
No choice! Dragon Form! Soaring out!
Ready to go!
Take this!
Far enough! Eagle Assault!
Eat this!
Annihilation!
Dragon Form!
Eat this!
Do it!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Did you hear it now?
Sword Lane Alpha!
Flame of Fury!
Eat
Lightning Orb!
Glacial
Lightning
Spear!
Here's evil!
Eat this!
You're mine! Now or never.
Where are you going? Do it!
Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis! We won that by a mile!
Brace yourselves! This one's tough!
Take this!
Dragon Form!
Freeze
Sword Lane Alpha!
Hey, when did I get
mine! It's over!
Attack time!
Searing Flame!
Burn!
Reload! Lightning Orb!
Dragon Form!
Lightning Condemned!
Here I come! It's over!
Healing
Watch
Circle!
this!
Okay, here I go.
I'm sorry to be bothered.
We've all gone now.
Lightning
Yes,
Condemned!
ma'am.
Nothing can fight!
Doubling! In an instant! Impact Block! You're mine!
Far enough!
You made quick work of it!
Want me to pick up your slack then?
Just pointing it out!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet and... This is the power of the blazing sword! What's the... This thing. I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed.
Get lost!
Dragon Form! Sword Lane Alpha! Take this!
It's a run!
You picked the wrong fight! Here I come!
Coming through!
Do it!
Astral Energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Take this!
Thunder
Dragon
Shield!
Form!
Rage Attack!
Sword Lane Alpha!
In here!
Pieces! Attack!
Nice block!
Leave it all to love!
Hey! I'm here too, you know!
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know about that.
No choice! Dragon Form!
Can't get out of this!
Sword Lane Alpha! I'm not done! Dragon Form!
I never miss!
Dragon Form! Do it! Take this!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein. Something you wanted to say?
We got the advantage!
Good. Just have to make sure we keep it.
Don't worry, because Law's on it!
Not Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
Little help!
Dragon Form!
Here they come!
Dragon Form! Take this!
Light action!
Dragon
Coming
Form!
through!
Strike!
I'm just getting started!
It's too fast!
Stand back! I'll trip it up!
Thank you.
Try harder!
Shattering
Dragon Form!
Attack time!
This one's all mine!
Feel.
Burn in hell!
I'll be saving this. Move your direction. Do it.
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Do it!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished! Looks like we won. opponent like this should be easy. Sword Lane Alpha! You're mine! Dragon Form! Here I come! Dragon Form!
So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be
In a vine?
Come one, come all!
Do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops! Dance in the wind! I guess you have your pieces now and again.
Told ya. Lies unstoppable.
Shame you're not like that all the time.
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade. See that?
That training's paying off! You picked the wrong fight!
Where are you going? Rolling!
Light Burst Force.
Radiant Genesis!
There's always room for improvement. We got... Got some good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
Don't get careless!
Dragon Form!
Don't tell me!
Ready and rip! Dragon
Armor
Form!
won't save you!
Lunar Corruption! Gemini Alpha!
Strike! Sword Lane Alpha!
Do it!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
My lady?
Something you wanted to say?
I'll take you all on! Strike! First strike! Divine Wind! This one's all mine! Not today!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
It's time! Can't get out of this! I'll end
You're
you!
mine!
Do it! Law! Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang!
I think I'm getting stronger.
Oh yeah? Think you could beat me at arm wrestling?
When have I not beaten you?
Right. I'll just go on ahead then.